Hello and welcome to the channel that covers all your home gym and health questions. Today I'm going to do my very first workout on the Tonal. It was just installed yesterday. The installer put everything together, showed me some of the very basics, made sure it worked, and I have not touched it since. So I wanted to document this for you. And if you're trying to figure out if this is for you or what you might experience or just see what someone else's impressions are right out of the gate and get that true honest feedback, well, that's what we're going to be doing today. So I'm going to fire this up. I honestly know almost nothing about it other than how to turn it on. I have not done a single workout yet. So let's see what this is all about. So the power button to turn the Tonal on and off is down below. I don't think most people use that to turn it on and off because there's actually a sleep button up here. So when you hit this, it'll turn it on, and when you're done, you can hit it again to put it back into sleep mode. That way you're not always flipping the on-off switch. So let's go ahead and hit that. You may hear that noise. I'm not sure how much the camera is going to pick it up, but it does have a click to it when you turn it on, and it also has a humming noise when you're using it. So hopefully it's not too annoying through the video, but honestly, from what I've experienced, yeah, I can hear it. It kind of sounds like a light fan running. It does not bother me that bad. I don't think it's a big deal. At this point, I'm not going to consider it something you should be worried about at all. Now, as part of the install, they did have me do the initial configuration, so I've done the sign up already. But if you're wondering what that's like, when you first turn this on, it's going to do kind of like just about anything is when you sign up for something for the first time. It's going to take you through different screens, have you put in your information, your personal information, your credit card for the monthly subscription, the information it needs to get your profile set up. It guides you right through it. It is very simple. That's nothing you need to be worried about as far as confusion or if you might not be able to do it. From there, it takes you to this screen. It seems to be pretty well laid out. Honestly, I haven't played with it much yet, but you can scroll. It's fully touch screen, and you can choose what program you want to do. Now at the top, it has a menu as well. You can click that right there, and it'll give you some basic functionality. I will cover that in other videos, but I just wanted to show you some of the very basics that I do know at this point. And there also is another menu over here for some very basic settings. Now, when you turn this on as a new user, it says, let's get started, and it automatically has your first Tonal workout. I'm going to do that because I need to learn how to use this thing, and I don't want to just jump into workouts because I honestly, outside of some basic where they showed me how to use these and move them, I don't really know what I'm doing yet, so I want them to teach me. So, your very first Tonal workout. Click that, tells me what I'm maybe looking at. It's a full body workout, and I'm going to hit start workout. It did give me a time in the top right, so it's an estimate of 35 minutes to complete this course.
Welcome to your first workout on Tonal. I'm Coach Kelly, and your Tonal fitness journey starts right now. When you're in the gym, you have to figure out which weights to use, and that can be pretty annoying. On Tonal, we know
So I'm only a couple minutes in, hadn't even lifted anything yet, but I'm already pretty impressed with some of the functionality of the Tonal. I decided I wanted shoes, so I wanted to pause it. All I had to do is tap the screen, hit the pause button, and I'm able to take a break and hit resume whenever I want. It also has some other buttons as far as go back 10 seconds, go forward, or go back and restart the segment. At the beginning, it actually started playing music. So if you wonder why there's no music, YouTube copyright, I can't be having music in the background. So I had to restart and turn it off. I have that control. I can choose to turn music volume up, down, as well as the voice of the instructor. But right out of the gate, I'm impressed with the screen and audio quality. You know how it is. If the screen quality was poor, right out of the gate, you're just not going to feel good. It's just not going to have that quality feel. You're going to have a harder time following along. It's not a huge deal, but you don't want that. And this looks nice. Following along is very easy. You can see exactly what they're doing with great quality. But I think the sound quality is even more important. If they had used internal tablet speakers or just poor speakers, you might get that fuzziness or just that lack of clarity or the volume where it just doesn't sound good. It's hard to understand what they're saying. It's hard to follow along. But with this, it is very clear. I'm having no problem understanding them. And it just sounds good and nice and kind of makes you want to keep working out because you know that the quality is there. And that's what you want when you spend this much on a machine. So far, right out of the gate, I'm impressed with some of those basic things as far as the components they've used. So right now Tonal's still learning about me and has the weight set very light, but the resistance feels good. It doesn't seem like it fluctuates. It's very consistent. The motion is nice and easy. It's very good so far. I'll let you know more as we get into real weight because right now it's very easy for me to pull. I think it's at almost its lightest setting. But as far as the adjustability goes, it's very easy. You would think with these arms here, just how long they are and how they move and they do all the different angles, there's a lot of things to maybe be loose or just not feel like it's real sturdy. But they move well. There's the different things that you pulled and change positions. You move them. It just feels very smooth. Once it's locked in, it just feels truly locked in. It feels great. Obviously, after I put more time into this, I'll give you better feedback on how I feel about it. But initial thoughts are this is actually quite good and it feels very well built. So that's a very big positive so far. Now, poor planning on my part, I forgot I have a haircut. So I'm going to go get that done and I'll come back looking a little different, but we'll continue on with this. Hopefully that's a little better. Now, before I left, I hit the sleep button in the middle of a workout, and I was positive when I came back I was going to have to start over. So I hit the sleep button again to wake it up, and it was still right where I left off. And that is really neat. Anybody that knows the Peloton experience, there's no pause. It's the workout. You have to be there or you lose it. So for this to be able to hit a pause or a sleep and still be able to come back and continue right where you left off is really neat, and I'm excited about that because life does happen sometimes. So I'm excited about that, but let's jump back into it and let's see what we think. So I didn't realize it at first, but this training course is broke out into phases. And the first phase is more of a teaching you how to use the product appropriately, and you're supposed to set your own weight. So the first one I did way too late, but I kind of figured it out later when they mentioned setting your weight that you want, something that's comfortable for you to learn but not overdo it. So I started testing it out and the resistance was great, and it's a heck of a workout. And the weight seems more than what they really say. If I'm comparing to weights that I've used, if I'm curling 35 pounds or 40 pounds on this, 35 or 40 is going to feel like a lot more, which is great because I think the 200-pound limit will go farther than they really say. But now I'm starting phase 2 where it's going to gauge how strong I am. So going forward when I do different workouts, it's going to know what to set the weight at, making it a lot easier for me to just get into a workout and do it. So I'm going to jump into phase 2 and let's see how this goes. I just finished phase 2 where it gauged my strength, and it went mostly well. It had me do 3 different lifts, and you have to press each lift 3 times, and it keeps getting harder trying to gauge how strong you are. The first 2 went good and told me, here's where we calibrated you at. The third one, for whatever reason, didn't actually come up with resistance. It counted my reps, but it wasn't increasing the resistance every time, so I'm not sure what happened there, so my numbers might be off a little bit, but Tonal will correct as you keep going, so I'm not overly worried about it, but that part didn't go perfect. Now I'm on to phase 3 where I'm going to get just a regular workout, so we'll move on to that. Now the Tonal just had me do curls, and when I do curls with free weights, I'm going to do about 35 to 40 pounds per arm. Well, with the Tonal, it had me set at 19 pounds, and it felt tough. Comparable to maybe 35 pounds of free weights or maybe just a little less. So it keeps me very optimistic as far as what the Tonal is capable of weight-wise. All right, let's continue. So the Tonal just had me do something called a Centric Mode. Now, if you've ever done free weights, and let's say curls, on the way up, it's challenging. On the way down, unless you really fight it on the way down, you tend to just drop them and that's where you recover. Well, with the Tonal, what it did in this mode is on the way down, it increased the resistance, making it harder on the way down, then lighten it back up to where you would expect it on the way back up, which means the full motion is causing a lot of resistance. And because you're being challenged through the full motion, you're going to get stronger, faster, and build muscle quicker. Shows kind of the cool advantages of using technology like the Tonal. Tonal just had me do what was called chains mode, which means on the push or the force of the motion, it actually increases it. So something like a squat, when you push up and you're trying to actually use that power or that explosiveness, it challenges you a little more and then brings it back down while you're squatting down so it doesn't try to pull you into the ground. So it just really helps you get stronger on the part of the motion you want for things like that are high intensity. So maybe if you want to jump higher or just get stronger at that motion, it's going to help you that much quicker. So another neat feature, but I think I'm on my last set, so let's go knock this out. So I just finished my first Tonal workout, and I want to summarize that. But before that, I want to let you know that after I put some serious time into this thing, I'm going to be creating a lot more YouTube content, including a full review, tips and tricks, my thoughts on the cost and a subscription, as well as other things you can get to enhance your experience with the Tonal. So if you want to know when that content comes out, hit the subscribe button so you know, and I appreciate it. But initial out of the gate, one workout in, what do I think? So far, I'm very excited with my purchase. Attaching accessories is very easy and they seem very well connected. Adjusting the machine seems great. Audio and video quality seem top notch. And the overall experience is great. Resistance is better than I thought it would be. And I'm gonna put more workouts in before I say too much on that, because I wanna see what it's like when I get up in greater resistances and just trying different motions. But so far, I don't have a lot of negative things to say. I'm only one workout in. There'll be more things to come once I put time into it. But so far, I'm very excited with my purchase and can't wait to test it out more and give you guys more content. So until next time, here's to a healthier you, and have a good one.